Hi, and welcome to our Ops 360 project for Professor Fox class from 2 to 4. Our project was on Scotty Brown's Social House, and my name is Wyatt Burley.
I'm Mackenzie Meyer.
And I'm Emily Ford.
So we're going to walk you through a little bit about our project.
So the goals of our project were to study and improve the supply chain of a real-life company, to collaborate with group members and all work towards a common goal, and to present our findings in a structured and effective manner. Some previews of our main points. First, we're going to talk about how we gathered the information. Then we're going to talk about the background of Scotty Brown's and the company. Then we'll talk about our supply chain characteristics, and we'll show you a map of our supply chain. And finally, we'll talk about supply chain problems and issues and suggestions for improvements with those problems and issues. And at the very end, we'll give a conclusion. So, how do we gather our information? We were really lucky to have Emily, who works at the Scotty Brown's location that we were doing. She helped us set up a personal interview with Emily Carlson, the general manager. When we sat down with Emily, we got a lot of really solid information, but she also gave us some supplemental materials that helped us along the way. We had access to the entire food and bar inventory ordering sheets. We also had access to the employee handbook, which helped us in figuring out the company background. And we utilized the internet and Scotty Brown's Social House official website.
So a little bit about Scotty Brown's. Scotty Brown's was originally founded in 2004 by Scott Morrison, a Vancouver-based restaurateur. It was originally founded under the name Brown's Public House. So Morrison owned a very successful upscale restaurant chain located in Vancouver, and he decided to expand. So currently they have 2 stores in USA, which are called Scotty Brown's Public House, and over 70 restaurants in Canada. So the overall goal of Scotty Brown's is to create a warm, welcoming, and social environment in each neighborhood for local communities. So about Scotty Brown's. So our Scotty Brown's location is located at the Bellingham Airport. It's actually on the other side of security, and it's a pretty small restaurant. It is open 24 hours with breakfast, lunch, and dinner options. And some other things about Scotty Brown's is in Canada, the restaurants were founded and later expanded upon. And Scotty Brown's prides themselves in exceptional customer service, and they make sure to go the extra mile to ensure all employees are ready to uphold this requirement. So one example is, as a new employee, you are required to sit down with the restaurant manager and review the employee manual and guidelines. So some of the values and expectations that are required by employees to uphold at Scotty Brown's is 1, to always have the following attributes when at work: integrity, pride, teamwork, professionalism, entrepreneurial spirit, positive attitude, and to have fun. 2, everything and everyone matters. No matter who walks in, no matter what they look like, no matter what language they speak, everyone should be treated equally and with a smile on their face. 3 is to work hard to learn everyone's name and address them so. Everyone should feel like family as soon as they walk into Scotty Brown's. 4 is to foster a yes culture. No one should be saying no. We should be solving problems and creating a positive work environment. And the final one is no finish line mentality. Always strive to be better. Everyone at Scotty Brown's can improve. So some of the products and services we offer are mainly food and drinks. So food, Scotty Brown's has a small size menu that offers a large amount of typical bar food. Because we are located in the airport, we are scaled down than at Barclay Village, which is the other location, which is a lot larger with a lot more options for food. So some of their appetizers include nachos, calamari, and mac and cheese. And some of their options for their 24-hour services are breakfast, which includes breakfast burritos, sandwiches, and croissants, and for lunch and dinner, pizza, burgers, soups, and salads. Just typical bar food. And then drinks, which we've all been waiting for. Drinks are also offered 24 hours a day, with a rotating beer tap that offers both local and domestic options. They also have a large selection of wines, unique cocktails, and mixed drinks.
Through our interview conducted with Emily, we have come up with the following supply chain characteristics. Scotty Brown's has a high variety of components and raw materials. They have 8 direct suppliers. Their suppliers must have reliable deliveries. They have very seasonal demand with fluctuation in flight schedule throughout the year. They must be prepared for randomized spikes in the demand due to delays in flights. And customers of the company are 25% local, 25% regional, and 50% international from Canada. Further, they must have reliable shipments and high quality, and those are main drivers for selecting their suppliers. They use just-in-time delivery. They use vendor managed inventory and Cisco ordering tools.
Now I'm going to walk you through our supply chain map. So we started up here with indirect suppliers who supply to our direct suppliers. So starting on the left here, we're talking about the restaurant preparation, which has to do with all of our food. We get all of our food through Cisco, which goes into our raw food storage, which then is prepared in the restaurant. For our bar preparation, we go through SWS, Columbia, and Sound, who provide us with our bar and liquor needs, which goes into our bar liquor storage, which becomes a part of our bar preparation. Then we also have something, since we're in the airport, called our Express Case, which is like a to-go kiosk, which offers light refreshments and light bites to eat. And to fill that, we use a lot of local places. We have Bellingham Coffee Roasters, which offers all of our coffee products. We have Walton, which offers a lot of our to-go drinks. And we have Avenue Bread, which offers a lot of our light bites. And all three of those help bring the Express Case together, which is, again, provided to the customer. And on the end here, we have a couple odd ends that we buy from third parties. We have Fred Meyer and Amazon, which we buy a couple things for our bar through them, since it's a little cheaper than SWS, Columbia, and Sound. And in the end, we all have the customer. So we asked our company in our interview with Emily how they analyze their supply chain just in the store. And because Scotty Brown's in the US, there's only 2 locations, they don't feel the need to purchase a large software due to the fact that they have a small IT budget. So they just use an Excel spreadsheet since it's just such a small scale, and that seems to be working perfectly fine for them.
Some supply chain issues that we found. First was their main alcohol supplier just recently switched to only allowing ordering once per month versus what it previously was once per week. And this is an issue because of the high flux in demand when there's delays in flights, where it can be unpredictable, so we can't really order alcohol once a month. And another issue is that location of the restaurant is behind security. Some suggestions for improvement. First, we think that requiring 2+ delivery drivers to obtain airport security badges should be necessary, so that if there's a situation such as one getting sick, there's a replacement. This will improve the reliability of our orders. And we suggest that suppliers, a requirement should be that they can fulfill ordering availability once a week.
So we are looking to improve these aspects. So one of the delivery drivers, having that extra delivery driver is so big for security, because if there's not that, Emily was talking about how when the substitute delivery driver is there, she has to spend up to an hour and a half walking him in and out of the gate to get through security because he doesn't have the security breach. That is costing them a lot of money if that happens once or twice a month. And we want to reallocate those funds to make sure that we can use those to increase our business. So, and then for the weekly orders justification, our one key is to improving daily operations, is having inventory on hand be as close to demand as possible. So if orders are once a month, then once that order comes in once a month, we'll have to plan and aggregate around that month to make sure that we have the right amount of drinks, food, and supplies for the whole month. And they don't have anywhere to store that, since they are a very small restaurant. So some of the things we came up with is, if orders were moved to once a month, then labor hours would increase. We'd have to move around our storage units to make sure that at night we have exactly everything we need, and if we ran out, we could go get it out of the storage unit. And then same for prepping in the morning. If you're prepping in the morning, there's certain things you'll need instead of prepping at night. So that would lead to storage costs increase. They would have to vastly improve their storage facilities to make sure they can hold 4 times as much supplies as instead of a weekly storage basis. And finally, strategic planning costs would have to increase, because they would have to plan out how to do this, when to do this, and where to do this. So overall, these increases in costs would lead to overcapacity, which we talked about in class, which is when operating costs are too high. And if we can bring operating costs down, we want to, and we feel like these are some good options to bring that down.
So, in conclusion, improving their supply chain strategy will increase responsiveness, allow them to be more competitive, and aid in achieving customer service goals.
Thank you.
Thank you.